Today we have three figure models on the. No, we don't. We really don't. We have Kim Berg, Christina Lafex, and Gina Melnick, who are all three national level. Can I say that you're all three national level strength competitors? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes?
you can say that.
You guys can hear me, right? I'm not underwater or anything, am I?
No,
Loud and clear.
You're good.
I'm good. I'm not that good, Gina. That's Gina Melnick. She's actually an extension of the Physiculture Collaborative. Gina, let me start with you real quickly, because you're the low man of the three of them.
I am.
You kind of are. Gina, how long have you been competing in these like what competitions do you do and whatnot? Just so you people have a visual reference before Gina starts. Gina, imagine like a cute Disney girl raccoon, like in some movie where there's dancing raccoons, and that's Gina Melnick. She's like, she's like, you know, she is the box of kittens that the bus of nuns is pummeling toward. Gina,
Interesting description. Okay.
you're adorable. Go on. You're adorable and humble. Go on.
I suppose. Okay, so I've been competing almost about 2 years now, and mostly I just do local contests, but I did have the pleasure to go to nationals this past November, and I placed second in my division, so that was great. But I can't claim to be on the level of the other two, so you probably want to move on to them.
Well, this is getting better and better. Gina, I was actually asking you what exactly is nationals right before somehow I got obliterated.
Okay, so there's more than one strongman group, but I think the primary one in the U.S. is North American Strongman, and so they have an amateur strongman competition every year, and that's the one I was talking about.
Is that now? Is that one league that rules them all, like the one ring concept here? Is there only NAS?
I don't know. Kim and Christina, do you know a little bit more about other groups? I don't know a whole lot.
Dodge. Wow. Okay, no, I'm good.
I don't actually know of any other organizations that women compete in other than NAS.
I was going
Really?
to say the same.
Are they? So there is. So this is like a monopoly deal, huh?
Yeah, in the U.S. for sure.
So let's move over to the others. Kim, and I'm sorry if you guys are feeling rattled by the wonderful technology that is the Big Inside. You've been at this for about a year and a half, right?
Yep.
And how did you get started? Let's start there. I mean, you told me this a little bit earlier, but I was kind of interested. You just one day said, "Gee, that looks heavy. I'm going to pick it up."
Sort of. I actually started to go to a gym where they do mostly kettlebell training, and it was really just to get back in shape. I've been kind of out of college for a few years, and I gained a little bit of weight. I started going to this gym, and a couple of the guys were like, "Hey, we should try this strongman competition. It would be a lot of fun." And we all just got in a car and we went, and it was a year and a half ago, September, so it was a lot of fun, and we just kind of kept going, and the others don't do so many anymore, but I've been continuing on with it, so.
So the people who got you started, kind of like they just went away, they were done with you?
No, they own and train at the gym that I go to, but they don't compete in competitions as regularly.
So here's what I got to ask. Like you were lifting. Was it that someone saw that you were particularly strong, or was it just the climate? And you said, "I want to try this."
I think it was sort of intriguing that there was a woman who goes to a sister gym that started to compete, and she would talk about it, and it was sort of interesting. And then a couple of the guys were just like, "You're pretty strong. You could probably do this stuff. We should try it out and go." And then that's kind of where it started.
Okay, so what did you fall in love with it right away? That's what I got to know, Kim. That's what I want to find out.
Absolutely. They had me pull a 42,000-pound fire truck, and I was pretty much sold at that point.
It would break you in easily.
Yeah.
You recently went all the way to. You competed at the Arnold, right?
I did not compete at the Arnold. I was at the Arnold helping with the amateur men's competition. They don't have a heavyweight women's competition at the Arnold.
Okay. And but you did recently go to Italy.
I did last week.
And actually, where in Italy did you go?
I was in Rome.
Okay, the awesomest place ever. And the reason was
Guinness World Record.
Did you?
Come on, Kim, spill the details.
I know. Did you actually break a world record?
No, unfortunately, I did not break a world record. We had done Atlas stones, and there were 3 women, one from the Ukraine, her name was Nina Garia, and then a woman from Sweden, Anki Oberg, and then me. And we had 4 Atlas stones starting at 80 kilograms, it's like 176 pounds, and the heaviest was 135 kilograms, which is about 297 pounds.
Dear Lord.
To lift them as fast as possible.
Now, when you say lift them, just one time each, though, right?
Yes, one time each, over a 1-meter platform or bar, so it was about 40 inches. So it wasn't too high, which was a bonus. But I was able to lift all 4 in 24.57 seconds.
Dear, I can barely... I can barely stay on live radio for 24.5 seconds. Oh, there's
Nina Garia was able to lift them in 24.23 seconds. So
oh, Nina!
A third of a second.
So you actually did they hand pick you for this? Did they say, hey, you?
They invited 2 U.S. women to start with, and they pretty much requested them from North American Strongman, and the top 2 from Nationals from last year were invited. So Kristen Rhodes from out in California, she went out a few weeks ago and competed in the Fingal Fingers. And then
wait. My mom is listening. My mother listens. What is a Fingal Finger? Is that like a buckyball?
Christina, can you explain it pretty well? I don't really know how to explain it.
You guys are great. I love how you guys are just badmintoning this show left and right. It's awesome. Christina Lafex. First explain what a Fingal Finger is, then we'll find out about you.
It's basically like a metal cylinder that's anchored on one end. And so
That's pretty much the story of my life. Go on.
It's pretty large. It would probably be about half the size of like a telephone pole. And you start on the opposite end, and you just basically work your way, like just using your hands. It's almost like a shoulder press. You work your way towards the center until it flips, and then you run around and do the same thing, like basically for time.
You just pretty much described my adolescent development. We are gonna. I will play that back for you one day, Christina. It was. You didn't mean it. It's not your fault, but that was seriously comic gold right then. Christina
Lafex, fantastic description, though.
It was. It was
much worse.
It was a perfect description of the event. So basically, it's like a big metal log on a hinge on the ground, and you flip it over, and it's easier, obviously, as you go up, because as you're lifting it up, it gets lighter. But it's that initial lift that's heavy, right?
Actually, it gets heavier as you go.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it gets much harder as you go.
I was never good at physics. So you've been at this 3 years, Christina?
Yeah.
And you had an interest.
You
had an interesting start in college. Yeah, you had an interesting start in college.
And I threw the hammer, I threw the 20-pound weight, and I did some Highland Games stuff in college.
Okay, and but that was your sport from high school, like the track, like the throwing events. And track
is what I did in high school, yeah, and then I learned how to throw the hammer and the 20-pound weight in college.
And you actually got to compete in America's Strongest Woman 3 times?
That's what the nationals that Gina was talking about that she competed in. Basically, it's the same thing.
And also the World's Strongest Woman.
Yeah, I competed in that. In,
How many women were at the World's Strongest Woman?
I think 9.
Wow, so you're telling me that all but 9 women on this planet are strong? No, just kidding. How'd you fare?
I came in 5th.
I just coughed that one up. You're the 5th strongest woman on the planet?
On that day.
This is as close to a brush with fame as we've ever had on the show. This is amazing. You're the 5th strongest woman on the planet. And I thought it was my mom. Anyway,